Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to continue working on our interchangeable earrings and we're going to create another charm. And today we're going to work on this heart. I did it by CRAW and embellishing with different size beads to actually keep the shape. So that's what we're going to do today. I already created a pair, so we're going to work on a different color. You will need two different colors of 11-0 Tohos, then you'll need 8-0 Tohos, and then 15-0 Tohos. So for the main color here I used oxblood, but today I'm gonna use this turquoise. And this is the coat. By the way, these three tubes you see, these are the tubes I use to sell in my shop. So if you're buying beads in my shop, they will come in these tubes. At the moment, only Toho 15-0s are coming in these small tubes, but once they sell out, I will switch to the big tubes and everything will be in these big tubes. So, you know, if you're buying beads from my shop, seed beads particularly, they will be in these tubes. So I'm gonna use this 11-0 Toho as the main color. And then I'm gonna use, as you can see, whites and silvers to embellish it. So for 8-0, I'm using this Toho, and then for 11-0, I'm using the same color. So as you can see the size difference, 8-0 and 11-0 Toho. And then a bit of 15-0, I'm using this Toho. Its code is 21. And then you're gonna need your beading needles. I'm gonna be using size 10. Then you're gonna need thread. I'm gonna be using Nymo size B. And then you're gonna need your sharp pick to start off your CRAW, and then scissors to cut your thread. I think for this charm I used about 3 yards, I think. So I'm gonna thread my needle and then we'll get straight to work. So to start, I thread my needle and all I need is just my turquoise seed beads. So I'm gonna pick up 4 of them. Drop down, leave a short tail that I just can sew in later, and make 2-3 overhand knots, turning this into a circle. 1, 2, and 3. So it's nice and sturdy. Because I'm using size B Nymo as well, the knots I make, they're teeny tiny. They'll be just hidden later. So I'm gonna take my sharp pick and set this on top of that, like so. And then I'm gonna take my needle through the first Toho. So basically, CRAW is all about building cubes on top of cubes. And cubes have sides. It has bottom, it has walls, and it has the top. So these 4 beads will be a bottom of the first cube. I'm gonna pick up 3 11-0s and build the first wall. I'm gonna take my needle through the same bead my thread's coming out of. And then pull it. Then I'm gonna take my needle through the second bead of the bottom. Well, I usually call it the floor. The floor, walls, and ceiling. Simple geometry. Pick up 2 seed beads. And we have to build the second wall. So basically, I'm gonna take it down through the side of the first wall we built and straight through the floor bead where my thread's coming out of. And pull my needle through. It will all make sense once we are done building this. Then I'm gonna take my needle through the third bead of the floor. Pick up 2 11-0s, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor bead. Go through the last bead of the floor, up the side of the first wall. See this side here? That was the first wall we built. So I'm going up the side. Pick up 1 11-0, go down the side of the last wall we built, through the floor bead, and then if you can, up the side of the first wall where your thread's coming out of, and just pull your needle through. And then all you do, see this 4 beads at the top? They basically form the ceiling, but they are not connected between each other. So all you do is just go through all of them, connecting them between each other. That's simple. And that's basically your first CRAW unit ready. And now, same way, we build the second cube on top. See, this ceiling here, which has 4 beads, is gonna be the floor of the next cube. See, it's basically a cube. So we're gonna do the same process, but this time it's gonna be easier because we already have 1 cube. It's easy to hold on to. Pick up 3 11-ohs. Go through the same bead your thread's coming out of. So that's the first wall. Go through the second bead of the floor. I'm not gonna be particularly slow because I've done this so many times in so many tutorials. If you've been following me for a while, you are probably a pro in CRAW. Pick up 2 11-ohs, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor. Go through the third bead of the floor. Pick up 2 11-ohs, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor. Go through the last bead of the floor, up the side of the first wall. Pick up 1 11-oh, go down the side of the last wall, straight through the floor bead, and if you can, go up the side. If you can't, do it in 2 goes. And then all you do is connect the ceiling. And that's how you build CRAW. And now we're gonna make a turn. Making a turn is pretty easy. So basically, doing CRAW, we are building blocks on top of blocks, cubes on top of cubes. So if I were to continue, all I would do, build the same unit on top of these 4 beads. But now I have to make a turn. Instead, I'm gonna take my needle, see where it's coming out? I'm gonna take my needle 1 bead down, and I'm gonna build next unit on top of these 4 beads. Not on top, but on the side of the last cube. So I'm gonna pick up 3 11-ohs, go through the same bead your thread's coming out of. Go through the second bead of the floor. Pick up 2 11-ohs, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor. Go through the third bead of the floor. Pick up 2 11-ohs, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor unit. 4 bead. Go through the last bead of the floor and straight up the side of the first wall. Pick up 1 11-oh, go down the side of the last wall, straight through the floor bead and up the side of the first wall. And all you do is connect the ceiling. And that's it. That's turn made. So what we basically built is this corner. So this 3 units is this 3 units. Now, all I want you to do is continue building blocks on top of this unit, on and on, until you have 18 units in total, starting from this one. So 1, 2, you have 2, build 16 more on top, and meet me back here. So I have all my 18 units. It's pretty easy to count. See that every unit looks like a cross, so you count the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 units. So basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna make another turn. Right now, what you have is 1/2 of the heart. So to continue, we have to make our turn that way. To do that, my thread has to come out of this bead downwards. So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna go to the bead I want to be at. So like this. See this 4 beads here, my thread is coming out of one of them. And basically I'm gonna build a unit on the side again. See this 4 beads? I'm gonna build a unit on top of that. 3 beads through the same bead my thread's coming out of. Second bead of the floor, pick up 2 beads, go down the side of the last wall, straight through the floor, go to the third bead of the floor, flip it around, pick up 2 beads, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor, through the last bead of the floor, up the side of the first wall, pick up 1, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor. Then go up and connect the ceiling. Now, this is what it looks like. Now you have 2 units, add 13 more on top. So you have 1, 2, add 13 more, that will give us 15 in total, and then I'm gonna meet you back here. So now I have all the units ready. It's time to connect it to this side. So basically what would you do? Make sure it's all lying straight. You don't want it to get twisted. Just hold it there, bring it around, and you would connect it here, turn it into a heart. But it's pretty hard to connect it when you're also trying to do a curve. So instead, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna bring it the other way around. And when you're connecting, you're sort of connecting on a straight bit, so it should be easier. So to do that, I'm just gonna take my needle and we just connect the CRAW units. This unit to this unit, so 1 bead at a time. My thread's coming out of the inner bead. I'm gonna pick up 1, 11/0. So my thread here is coming downwards here. I'm gonna go upwards, pick up another one, and then back downwards on this side. And then I'm just gonna pull my needle through, and then what you will see is the inner walls are connected. See? I think this first unit is coming apart because silly me, just cut the thread. So once we're done this, I'm just gonna reinforce this unit. So here I am. I'm just gonna flip it over. I'm gonna go through this bit here. Pick up 11/0. Go down this way. Go through this and back through this bit here. So second side connected. Turn it around here. Go through the next bit on this side. Pick up 11/0. Go through the opposite bead. Through this bead and back here. Turn around. And I have 4 beads here. I just have to connect them between each other. So I'm just gonna pick it up and just connect them. And that's basically it. Our heart shape is ready. All we have to do is, it's ready, but see how floppy it is? So that's why we add all those beads to make it sturdy. But first, I'm gonna go ahead and reinforce this unit here. I'm not too worried about that knot because it's gonna be hidden. I don't know how I managed to cut the thread. I wasn't planning to, but I'm not doing anything special here. I'm just going through all the beads of this unit just to reinforce it. So this side seems okay. This side is a bit loose, so I'm just gonna take it there and just reinforce it. And that's it. It's reinforced. Okay, like so. And now we're gonna embellish it. To do that, I'm just gonna bring it down to this bit here. Here I am coming out of this bead. I'm gonna pick up 150 now. And then go up this 11 here. See? And then I'm gonna add 7 11-0s. Basically, I'm using my embellishment beads now, so whites and silvers. 1 11-0, go through the next 11-0 here. Pull your thread nice and tight all the time. So I'm just gonna basically add 7 11-0s. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then add 3 15-0s. 1, 2, 3. So that's what it looks like right now. Then I'm gonna take my needle here. Then I'm gonna take my needle here. And then I'm gonna add 4 11-0s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 15-0, 4 11-0s. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I'm gonna add 6 8-0s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm gonna add 6 11-0s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then here I'm gonna pick up 1 11-0, make the corner, add 6 11-ohs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 6 8-ohs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what it looks like for now. And then I'm gonna take it through here and then come out of the 11-oh before the 15-oh. Gonna go down one bead here, go through this bead here, pick up one 11-oh, go through the next bead, like so, go up, and then I'm gonna go here, come out of the 11-oh before the 8-oh. So then I'm gonna go down this 8-oh, this 11-oh here. Then I'm gonna go here through the 11-oh, pick up 15-oh, go through the next 11-oh. So basically we add 3 15-ohs now. 1, 2, 3. And then finish off this line with 11-ohs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are done with one side. Now you take your needle to the other side and mirror the image on this side. And once you're done, tie off your tails, and then I'm gonna meet you back here. And that's it, our heart charm is ready. It's pretty simple if you know how to do CRAW. It's basically making two turns, connecting it between each other, and then embellishing it with beads. That's it. So if you know CRAW, it shouldn't be hard. If you don't know CRAW, I would suggest to practice my easier tutorials. If you go to Beading Basics playlist, there will be tutorials where I explain CRAW in very basic terms, so it might be easier for you to start there rather than straight away to this one. But you never know, you might catch it straight away. So I'll see you in the next one, guys. Stick around. Bye.